You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog, one time for the underdog.
Okay, it's another growing up Haitian story time. So, growing up, I was the snitch. I was the snitchiest of snitchiest of snitchiest children. Like, snitchy, snitchy, snitchy. I would tell everything. And my dad, like, he was my world, and I loved I loved him. I loved being around him. So, anything he said to do, I would do. So, one day, it was one of the rare occasions where we actually had a grown-up like watch us, and it was my great aunt, right? So we nicknamed her 1010 because 1010 always, like, she had all the news, like, you know, like 2020 news. She was 1010 because she had all the news and she only ever had half of it, and it was only ever half right, you know. So 1010, so 1010 was watching us, and 1010 was like, she was okay as an aunt. Like, as a kid, I never really minded her. She wasn't mean, she wasn't anything, she was really funny. And she used to always love watching Teletubbies because she would laugh, like the baby being in the sun and the baby laughing at the sun. She would sit there and be laughing with the baby like, oh my god, see what they did? They put a baby in the sun. And then I remember watching, like, when I got older, like the Hannah Montana movie with her. She was laughing so hard when that horse pulled Hannah wig off, and then she was complaining like, oh, si li gen tout cheve sa pou ki sa li mette en perruque. Like, oh, if she have all that hair, why she put on a wig? And I was over here like watching her. I wasn't gonna use my Tigout Creole, my little bit of Creole, to like explain why Hannah Montana was Miley Cyrus and wearing the wig. She ain't need to know. I was happy that she liked the movie. She be laughing. That's all Shorty needed. So needless to say, she was watching us, which means like she would always pretty much let us do whatever we wanted. Like, whatever we wanted, it didn't really matter. So she was outside, and she was outside on a phone call to Haiti, and all the cousins were over once again. So, you know, we're all over, everybody having a grandiose time, and we decided that we were going to play one of our favorite games. So one of our favorite games, because we were left alone a lot when we were at my house. My dad used to always go to like swap market, like swap meets or something, I don't know, because he used to always come with like a bunch of blocks. So we had this big toy chest of blocks, right? So what you think when we did as kids? Our favorite game was 007, so we would play with the blocks, right? So, oh my god, I sneeze. It ain't coming. Alright, so our favorite game was to play with these blocks. So that's just what we was about to do. We was gonna play with the blocks. Everything's gonna be fun. Or so we thought. Yeah, so we all break up into teams. There were 4 teams, so there were 8 of us, and each 4, or maybe it was 5 teams and it was 10 of us, whatever. We each break up into teams of 2. I'm with my sister Jennifer, and it was basically like sibling teams, where like the siblings would grab their sibling and y'all a team, and we would pick a corner of the house, right? Pick a corner of the house. We got our stash of blocks. Everybody got like a handful of blocks. As much as you could carry each is what you had, and everybody had their stuff. My sister and I's place was right by the kitchen, and it was the closest to my cousin, like one of my older cousins. She might have been like 14 at the time, and her brother that was the same age as my sister. So if I'm like 8ish, they're like 12 and 14, like something like that. So their hideout is like the closest, and then one team is on the stairs, one team is on the other corner, one team's on the other corner, and we're like all hidden out. So we pick our spots, and then the team that was like had the hideout closest to my dad's like office space where the lights were, they were the job to turn off the lights. So they turn off the lights, and it is World War III. We are throwing blocks, trying to hit each other. Let me explain these blocks, because they not like the plastic blocks. These are the wooden blocks. Like, they hurt it was like getting your butt beat, like your behind beat when you got hit with those blocks. So like clearly, like 5 minutes in the game, everybody's running out of ammo, right? So you would have to sneak out of your hiding spot to try to collect as many blocks and try not to get hit because it hurt. Like, and there was really never a winning or a losing team that I remember. It was just like really fun, like really, really fun. But the grown-ups didn't know that we played this game. And it wasn't even our first time playing this game. It was like our 15th time playing this game. But we always got away with it until today. So we're all throwing the blocks. All of a sudden, I had just come back because I was a smaller, so I had just come back from sneaking and getting the blocks, right? I got all these blocks that I just stole from the battlefield, basically, to re-up. So I take the blocks and I turn and put the blocks in the basket. And my sister says, how many blocks did you get us? And I start counting the blocks. As I'm counting the blocks, and my sister is watching me count said blocks. Remember, Jen is watching me count said blocks. Watch, she looking at me count the blocks, right? Remember that. It's important in the story because Shorty was watching me count these blocks. So I'm counting the blocks. I get to 10. Big, like, it sounded like an explosion and all you hear is glass shattering. Right. Remember, while we was counting the blocks in the middle of the war, so other blocks were still flying, and now these other blocks that were flying have hit something in me and Jen's house, in Jen and I's house, and I was counting blocks, she was watching me, so it was neither of us, it was one of these cousins. So I gasped, I'm like, what happened? The lights go on, because one of the cousins turned on the lights, and there is, like, we used to have really long lights that go into the ceiling. The light fell. Somebody hit the light with a brick. It fell and it shattered all over the floor. So we were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We start cleaning up the blocks. My sister grabs the dustpan, sweeps up everything, right? So because of the commotion, my aunt comes in and she said, what's going on? And we were like, we broke the light. And she's like, hopefully you clean it up. Like, and we was like those kids, like, so we swept up the light, put it in a bag, in a plastic bag, then went next door to my neighbor's garbage and threw out the bag because we didn't want him to see the broken light in the garbage. He would have known, right? So then, what only thing that was left that would like have him not notice the light was gone is if we got a replacement light, right? So we're searching the house. My cousins are like, where he keep these lights? We have no idea. I swear we had never seen my dad even replace one of these lights. So we're looking everywhere. We searched the whole house. We searched under his bed, everywhere. Like everywhere anything could be. We were searching cabinets that couldn't even fit the damn long light, and we still couldn't find this light. Hours are ticking by. We can't find it. We searched every inch of the house. Every inch of the house, cannot find it. My aunt is like, well, damn. She was really helping us look. Like, she was like, yo, facts, because I guess because she wasn't watching us when she was supposed to be watching us. So she was helping us look. Like, she was a ride or die. There's a few moments that this particular aunt came through for me as a ride or die, you know. And she's helping us look. She can't find the light. We can't find the light. And she's like, hey, what are you going to do? Boom. Being kids, we come up with a master plan. We are so smart, right? We come up with this master plan. I'm gonna tell you the plan right now, right? You're gonna understand why it wasn't gonna work, right? Okay, so we decide that my dad is gonna be home in like 10 minutes now. We like, yo, he always comes home at 3:30. He's gonna be home. Our summer break is gonna be ruined if we don't, like, you know, he's gonna be so mad at us. We all gonna get beat. We don't want to do it. That's the plan. We are going to, because the light was right in front of the TV, we're going to turn off the lights when he comes, right? And we're gonna play a movie and pop popcorn. So we pop the popcorn, we get the bowls, everybody got their little Capri Sun, they Sunny D or whatever. I go over home, my daddy walk in, it's completely dark in the house because we watching a movie. Like, and the plan was, like, how could he tell if the light was missing if we was watching a movie? And we didn't really have any plan past that because like yeah, the lights would eventually have to come on. I know that now, but when we was like kids, it sounded like a great idea. And I think my cousin spearheaded like the plan, but I think the plan was just like they would go home eventually, like their parents were coming like at 6, so they're like, yo, we just watch a movie for 3 hours, like, you know. And they was like, yeah, then we gonna go home, and like, what you gonna do, beat me? I'm gonna be gone. So like that was planned. So we watching this movie, right? And ooh, my itches. Alright, so we're watching this movie, and that is our master plan. We feel like geniuses, we feel like it's gonna work. My aunt is like, she don't say nothing though. And we's like, please don't tell him, please don't tell him, please don't tell him, right? And she's like, okay, I won't tell him, but you know, he's gonna find out. And we were like, no, he won't, no, he won't. Yeah, he would. She's smart or whatever, like he totally found out. So my dad opens the door. He opens the door to the dark basement. And he walks in. And we're like, hi. And he's like, oh, what you guys doing? We're like, oh, Dad, we're watching this movie. It's so interesting. Like, you know, and we picked like, I think an educational movie or something. Like, oh, yeah. No, we're watching like something that's helping us learn. You know, it's summer break, you know, we gotta learn, we gotta study, blah, 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 blah. You know, so we're all watching like, I don't know, Sid the Science Guy, something just like intently. So he walks in, he puts on his stuff and he walks into the house. And I shit you not. He walks past where the light is. The light is off. I didn't see him look up or nothing. He walks and he goes, what happened to the light? Everybody is like, how he noticed the light? The light ain't even on. I don't know. He got good. Like, yo, it was real interesting. So we're right. What happened to the light? Boom. He goes. He said, He cut the light on. Only half a basement lit up because, you know, we broke one of the lights. So he's like, what happened to the light? And I was like, So one of my cousins says, we were playing and it broke. And he said, it broke. How did it break? The lights don't just fall. We're like, how did it break? What's going on? So I was like, we were throwing blocks. And yeah, I was like, we they. Like, I wasn't trying to get beat. So he's like, we throwing blocks. He's like, throwing blocks. And they were like, yeah.
We were, one of my cousins was like, we were playing and throwing blocks. And you know, Desi threw the block and hit the light.
Does he do it? I threw the block to hit the light. So I am beside, like, yo, I got a thug tear coming down. I was beside myself. What you mean? I threw the light. I threw the block that hit the light. I threw the block that hit the light. That's your story. That's what y'all go with. So I'm looking at my sister like, I didn't throw the block that hit the light. No, I had to go get more blocks. And then I brought the box back and I put it in our bin. And then Jen asked me, how many blocks we have left. And I started counting the blocks. And then boom, when I was turned away from everything, I didn't even see what happened. I didn't even see who threw it. And then the light fell. And I'm going off. And I'm looking at my sister, right? And she's looking at me, Jen, right? The one that watched me count the blacks, and she was looking at me count the blacks. And she was like, no, it's okay. You could just say what happened. You're not gonna get in trouble. I did say what happened. And I'm not gonna get in trouble because I didn't throw no blocks. I was like, so I started crying profusely because the person that was watching me and knows I didn't do it is now trying to throw me in the bus like I did it. Like, girl, what you doing? So I cried profusely. My dad was such a sucker for my tears. So I would cry. And I was like, Daddy, no, they're lying. They're being mean to me. So he's like, all right, cool. By this time, the lights had already cut on. I think my aunt might have cut them on. He cut them on. Who knows? Like, yeah, whatever. The light has cut on. So he's over here talking about everybody getting ingenue, right? Because, yeah, I'm not sure who turned on the lights. That was, but I think maybe it was him. I don't know. But the lights was on. So he's like, everybody going ingenue. So ingenue, if you don't know, it means get on your knees and fait comme ça, and you just on your knees, kneeling on the floor, and you're sad about your life. So I get on ingenue. I'm crying profusely, like, oh my God, he gonna go get that sentiment. He gonna beat me. And he says, Das, get up. Das, get up. I said, ooh, Das is up. What's up? Hey, that's so. So he's like, he's like, what happened? And I told him what happened again. And he was like, And he said, wow, okay. He went. And he didn't even like get the light or whatever, because then we finally saw where he kept the light. But and no, it wasn't the place that we checked. So he says that or whatever. He decides that he's gonna go to the store, right? So he's gonna go to the store. And sorry, it's itchy. Okay. All right. So he decides that he is gonna go to the store. Or something, but he didn't tell us where he was going. So he had everybody in ingenue except me, and he tells me, okay, I'm gonna go out, watch them until I get back. And then I was like, okay, so I'm watching them. So I'm there, I'm watching them, and my aunt comes back in the room, and she comes to them and she's like, why y'all still on ingenue? Like, he left. And they were like, yeah, but he has her watching us, and she's gonna tell if we get up. And my aunt was like, she's not gonna tell if y'all get up. And I was looking at her like, because I knew I was going to tell if I get up. Excuse me, my daddy gave me a job, and these are the same people that threw me under a bus to save themselves from getting whooped. So I'm gonna tell if they get up. So whatever. But I ain't say nothing. I was just looking at them, whatever. So she's like, get up. Like, get up. You ain't gotta be here. He ain't even here. Like, how's he gonna know if you get up? I wonder how he's gonna know when he didn't get up. So then my dad comes, and they over here like, oh, we're sorry. Like, you know, trying to kiss my butt because they know that they don't want me to tell him that they got up. So then when they hear my my dad come back, the gate was very, like, you could hear the gate that he had to open to put his car in the garage. So we heard the gate, and everybody ran back to their spots exactly, and they's just like, how's you doing, right? So he comes in, and he's like, hey, everybody. He drops off his stuff or whatever, and he comes to me, he's like, that's all. Did anybody move? And I was like, yeah, Dad, as soon as you left, everybody was up. She said, why y'all still ingenuing? He left, then everybody up, and whatever. They wasn't ingenuing. So they looking at me like, you serious? Like, I don't even know why they was playing with me, but they used to be mad mean to me, trying not to play with me and stuff. Like, all I want to do is get played with. And then, you know what, when they was mean to me and told me that they wasn't gonna play with me, I told my daddy, and they got in trouble again. Always invited. So I told him that, and then they got in trouble, and then he went and took me. He was like, ingenue, whatever. So they had to ingenue for even longer, because he was like, oh, I was gonna tell y'all to get up when I came back, but seeing how y'all was having fun, y'all was doing whatever, y'all could stay and ingenue. So then he took me to the backyard, right? And we go to the backyard, and he said, you wanna know something? I said, what? And he reaches above like this light fixture in the backyard, which is like in the like balcony's floor. Like, but you can walk under a balcony. So if you look up, there's like a faux ceiling in the backyard, and it's the floor of the balcony basically. He reaches up in something, and he pulls out a light bulb, the long light bulb we were looking for forever. And he's like, don't tell them where I keep these. And I was like, okay. So then we went in and he put the light bulb in, and then everything was perfectly fine. Yes, they got up. No, they didn't get whooped for that one, because I think he thought it was really funny, because when I told him the story and he was connecting the dots, he's like, so y'all really tried to watch a movie like and act like I wasn't gonna see that my light is missing. I don't know, but tell me if what you thought about the story. 2, tell me if you and your siblings ever, or you and your cousins ever had any mischievous Haitian story times when you were growing up and growing up Haitian. And let me know in the comments below, the comment box below, Yes. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It's girl Desi, or Dasu, you know, Dasu, when I'm telling my stories, my childhood stories. I'm not Desi, I'm not Jodessy. No more said Dasu. Alright, bye guys. Bye.